Welcome to Across the Ocean, a special podcast series from global Slovakia. Each week, we bring you a peek into our new book, Across the Ocean, How Slovaks Settled America, written by Zuzana Palovic and Gabriela Beragaziova. Through powerful excerpts and timeless voices, we uncover the hopes, hardships, and heart of the Slovak immigrant journey. Today's story takes us to Arkansas, where the Sobota family, reunited at last, begin to plant their roots in the New World. Episode 8, Roots and Rice. Christmas Eve, 1898. In the small settlement of Slovaktown, Arkansas, the air was filled with joy. Anna had given birth to a healthy baby boy. They named him Adam, the first American-born Slovak in the Sobota family line. The baptism was held in a neighbor's barn, its beams draped with ribbons and wildflowers. Neighbors crowded in with kolachi and slivovica, singing songs of the old country. But the child was more than a new life. He was a sign that Slovaks were here to stay, planting roots in America's soil. Yet, life on the Arkansas prairie was harsh. Wheat shriveled, barley failed, rye withered away. Floods swept across the fields, washing away months of labor in a single day. Families began to despair, wondering if they had traded one hardship for another. But then came an unexpected salvation. Rice. What seemed like stubborn, unyielding clay soil suddenly embraced this foreign crop. And when the golden stalks swayed across the prairie, the settlement was transformed. Once struggling homesteads grew into thriving farms. Slovaks, who had once been bound peasants in their homeland, now stood as landowners, masters of their labor and future. It was a triumph of resilience. The prairie that had tested them so brutally now carried the fruits of their faith and toil. Slovak families built a church, a school, even their own shops. And with every harvest, they carved their place in America's story, not just as workers in mines and mills, but as pioneers of a new agricultural frontier. But even in the glow of success, hearts turned eastward. The Sobotas, and many like them, still longed for Slovenska zem, the soil of their ancestors. And then came a letter from across the ocean, a letter carrying unexpected news, and with it, a reminder that the fate of their homeland was far from secure. Thank you for listening to this episode of Across the Ocean. If today's story touched you, you'll find even more in our new book, Across the Ocean, How Slovaks Settled America, a moving historical novel that brings Slovak immigrant history to life. You can learn more about the book and about Global Slovakia's mission to share Slovak heritage with the world at globalslovakia.com. Until next time, may we all remember the courage of those who crossed the ocean before us.